Hey guys, Phoenix Spring Tarot. So I was actually going to do a reading into Diddy and all the allegations, but then my spirit guide said no, to do one on JLO instead. So here we are. So the last time we did a reading on JLO, it was her and Ben Affleck's divorce. And in one of my readings about 5 months ago now, I talked about JLO and I talked about these allegations with Diddy, and I said that one of the reasons for her split from Ben Affleck was because of these Diddy allegations. And I said at that time, 5 months ago, I'll try to put, I'll either do an image of the thumbnail for that reading, or I would link it above. I said in that reading that, this was going to play a huge factor in them separating, because with Ben, it was a reputational risk for him and his career and everything else. It was one of the reasons. Another was his drinking. Everything alleged. This reading is alleged until proven fact. So now that the allegations are out, and now people, there's a lot about JLO, not so much in mainstream media, but on social media. Her name keeps on being brought up a lot, with the likes of Jaguar Wright and so on, keep on bringing up her name a lot as being linked to Diddy, being linked to that 1999 shooting, her mugshots in the thumbnail. So, okay, the cards are ready. So, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels of the highest light and vibration frequency, please protect myself, please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest truth, the highest vibration frequency, the highest light, the highest accuracy, messages of the highest accuracy. Please provide us with insights that's not available, but could help the collective viewing this reading apply lessons for their own conscious elevation and awareness expansion. Okay. All right. Okay. I hadn't even had time. I realized because I made this switch, I don't even have questions prepared, but let's just go with it and see what comes up. At the time when I did, they're reminding me, when I did this reading 5 months ago, I said at the time that JLO could have changed her karma around this situation, and this is what she needed to do. And I explained and I outlined what she needed to do in that reading. We have a 5 of Swords energy. This is someone on the defense. This is someone who has a very defensive energy, a very aggressive energy, particularly with those around her. I'm picking up that she's infighting within her team. It's like they're trying to understand how to tackle this, how to approach this, but they can't quite make a decision. It's either she had a PR team and she had to let them go and she needed to get another PR team in. There is something to do with that. How do we approach this is what's coming through here from her side. It's like some people have just given up and walked away. From this, she's also lost people as well. And she's of the opinion, if you want to go, go. This is it. This is just what we needed to do. Okay, let me see what else comes through. Like, it's some people don't want to be associated with her, is what I'm picking up. There is more to this story that we don't know involving JLO and the Diddy. It's as if there is some story also that they're trying to repress or trying to suppress, and they've been able to do it for a while, but it's as if the news is going to come out. There is something regarding, like, we thought that we knew the full situation, but in mainstream media that there is something about it that's going to come out. So there's something else that's going to really hit the headlines very soon, if it hasn't hit already. There's something coming up about this. Let's see what else. Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you for those messages so far. You know what? At the moment, it's the roll of the dice. She is on the, oh my goodness, yeah. It's that shame and embarrassment as well. This is her shame, this is her embarrassment. And being brought back to her team have worked very hard to keep this out of the press. And it's as if for a moment it worked, but it's as like they've kept it off mainstream media, but they haven't managed to keep it off social media. That's the thing. They haven't managed to keep it off social media. So there's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of shame that she feels. It's as if this is the luck of the draw at the moment. This is karma. When you have the Wheel of Fortune, and this is what I said 5 months ago, revisit that reading. I literally had karma in the subject line. This is just her karma. It's her karma. And you know what, the 9 of Wands, she knows it. Like, there was always that threat, they're saying to me, hanging over her head. It was always a threat that this was going to come out or this was going to come through. That threat was always there. The day has come, karma has come to collect. She knows it. She knows it. A lot of people know it. With this Wheel of Fortune, spin the wheel, spin the dice. What happens? This is her karma card. She knows it's her karma. You know what? I'm hearing someone who is very pragmatic about this. She was just like, you know what? We're going to see where everything falls, and we'll take it from there. That's what I'm seeing here. Page of Swords again. There's something that's going to be released. There's some nuance or some new angle about this that we didn't know about that's going to be released. What is this new angle, and would it be damaging for Jennifer? What's this new angle? What's this new angle, and is it going to be damaging for Jennifer? Again, my cards are coming. Okay, there are a number of messages coming through with this. There is something. Okay, so first of all, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have her karma card, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. Sorry guys, all messages are alleged until proven fact. They're giving me the word fraud. Okay, so notice with this 10 of Pentacles of someone appearing to be a particular way, but with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's as if it's going to be revealed that it's a facade, or the impression that it's going to give is that it was all a facade. That's the impression. However, the thing is, when I tapped into these energies with JLO and this situation 5 months ago, because we have the Lovers card and we have the 10 of Wands. This is what I said about JLO and this relationship with P Diddy 5 months ago, and I say it again now because the energy has appeared. It's not to say that this was all roses. I think that there was an infatuation, there was an attraction to each other because they had a similar vibe. They were ambitious, they have the same passion. And I think that there was a close connection between them because of that. And because of everything that he could do to help her career. They love the buzz, they love all the attention on them. Like, they both benefited from each other in terms of this. But for JLO, in terms of it going any further, with that 10 of Wands, it was just too much for her to go into with this 10 of Wands. So it's not to say that it was anything that deep or that serious. It was just a matter of everyone using each other. However, with this 2 of Cups, when it comes to that actual relationship with Ben, you know, I don't know, I'm just seeing this lion and it just reminds me of Ben. When it comes to that relationship or that person that she really had that connection with, who is really her person, like, that's the one that she can't make it work with. The irony. The irony. Now, we have the Hierophant card here. I'm seeing something regarding that shooting. It's either going to be released, or some papers are going to be, like, some cases going to be unsealed, or something along those lines are going to happen. Also, people are talking about videos, or did he filmed everything and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing that they're telling me about that. It's not to say that it's as if things are not clear-cut. And I'll probably discuss this more in the Diddy video. It's like things aren't as clear-cut as we think it is. So in terms of the thumbnail, with that image, of JLo on a bed with Diddy and Aaliyah and all of them, there is another video. There's another image of her, and I'll see if I could put it up here as I'm discussing this. There's another video of her with JLo's eyes looking very glazed over and looking very dazed, and Aaliyah looked the same way, right? It's as if. And JLo doesn't drink, and she's always said that, even though she has a Delola, and goodness knows what that's about. But she always said that she didn't drink, she didn't do drugs, she doesn't smoke. She's always maintained this. I'm going to ask the question in terms of these parties. Let's ask it like this. What was her involvement in terms of these parties? What was her involvement in terms of these parties? Was she in the VVIP section of these parties? Let's ask that. Yes, she was one of those VVIPs. Notice all eyes on you. Like she was the prize at one point in time. She was, let me see this, she was like a VVIP. Oh goodness. Okay, what else could we say about it? Could you give us a bit more about that? Let me get a bit more. All messages are alleged. Let me just get a bit more before I... This is what I always get with JLo. It was a VVIP. Yes, she knew what was going on. She knew a lot of the stuff that was happening. In terms of whether she was there to encourage his behavior and encourage all of that, I do not see it. I don't see it. I see someone being involved in something. I see it being consensual. And I see it basically with this Seven of Wands, someone doing it to advance their career. This is where she is at the moment, and that's where she wants to get to, up there. I just see someone to advance their career. This is what I picked up on 5 months ago. Also, that's number one. Number two, there we have an Emperor energy that's come up here. Who introduced Ben and JLo? I feel that there's a matchmaker here. Who introduced them? And I'm going to go out on a limb. Because the message regarding this is very faint, so I'm not sure if it's true, but the initial connection between what I'm picking up, because we have the Emperor, we have a Two of Cups, and we have a Nine of Pentacles. So this is someone who is very successful. I'm pulling this through as, what's Ben Affleck's star sign? Let me just research this real quick. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. I should know this before the reading. I am very sorry. Oh gosh, everything is a manage options. Oh god. I do not want to get any cookies. He's Leo. He's Leo. Remember when, hang on, where is this card? Yeah, there we go. Remember when I said this, and I said this reminded me of Ben. He's Leo. Okay, fine. Yeah, this person here reminds me of Ben. There is something, it's someone who is he's very young here, very successful, but it's emotionally naive or emotionally immature. This was a setup. There was someone with an Emperor energy, someone with a lot of sway, even more sway than Diddy, who set up Ben and JLo. And this is the message that's very thin about this. Usually I want to explain to you how my readings work, but it's as if after that 1999 shooting, they needed to sort of repair JLo's image, and there is something about her needing like a big name, but it almost doesn't seem right to me about this moving on. This is not her dancer. You know, she moved on after Ben Affleck, and then she married a dancer. This isn't the dancer. It's as if when she was with the dancer, it was as if, and she left Diddy, it's like they were telling me something about floundering or fear of her career floundering. Again, I don't see this because to me her star has always been on the rise in the early noughties, but that's what they're telling me. And it's as if this powerful person, and I am sure this, like a Tommy Mottola type, fixed up her and Ben, but she fell in love with him is basically what I'm getting at. But it was for her career and to firmly put like this whole thing with Diddy behind them. That's what I'm picking up. Again, I'm just delivering the message. The timeline, in my opinion, doesn't seem to fit, because after Diddy, she did get with her backup dancer. She did marry him. So, like, but that's just what they told me, what they're saying to me. So I'm just mentioning what they tell me to say. Okay. So she was involved in that in a VIP. Let's get a bit more energy. I'm just picking up with JLO. She has always kept her head down and minded her business, and she's always known that it's about her career. So many people have come out saying that when it came to the victim of this, she didn't reach out to the victim, she didn't provide any compensation to her or anything like that. Like, JLO has a very cold, with this Queen of Swords, she has a cold side to her. You know, like, look at those people hanging by their necks, and she's going about pruning flowers and going about her business. Like, she is so focused. They're telling me she's just very, very focused on her career. But this is where we have the Wheel of Fortune again. It's just come to bite her. Okay, so another message that came through, but I didn't finish giving it, is that with this Hierophant, it's either she is going to appear in front of an official, either or she has done it already or she is going to. We have, with the Hierophant energy, this is someone like a judge. This is, I'm just going to put it out there. It's in her cards. It appears to be in her energy. And we have two lawyers arguing a case, like she is going to be in front of a judge, or somebody representing her. They're arguing a case in front of a judge. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if that 1999 shooting, if they reopen the case and they revisit it, because she has a Hierophant judgment card here. So we're definitely going to be seeing more about that. As far as she is concerned with this Queen of Swords, as far as she's concerned, she's going to argue that she had nothing to do with it, with this Nine of Wands. Did she have anything to do with, what was her involvement in the shooting that night? 20 minutes. We're going to look at her involvement in the shooting, and then we're going to look as to what's coming up for JLO. Let me clear here. Let's create some room. I'm going to use another deck. What was her involvement? That's the energy I was picking up on. Into her involvement that night is the question. We have an Eight of Swords. You know when when you're young and dumb, or you're young and you are ambitious, and you know that you have, even though you are a big star in your own right, what I'm picking up with this energy is, like, in the pit of your stomach, you know something isn't right, but you want to come off as if you're tough. You want to come off as if you're that girl, or someone is playing mind games and mind tricks on you. That's the energy I'm picking up on. That's the energy I'm picking up on here in terms of that night. Let's look into it a bit deeper. I'm picking up that energy. They're showing me the car, or being in the car. It's someone playing mind games on her and trying to intimidate her. And I'm seeing someone very confused and who couldn't think straight. That's JLO's energy. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people aren't going to be happy with that, but that's the thing. It's like, this was, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there is something of tumultuousness about this. This is someone's stomach churning, someone under a lot of stress. But Eight of Pentacles, they know their worth. They know how good they are. They know what the game is. They know what the score is. It's like you have to be there and you have to go through or put yourself through something. But I'm picking up an energy, and they're showing me somebody in a car going somewhere. It's like, and I believe this is going to the club. That's what they're telling me. It's like this person wasn't happy, but they're in it for their career. Eight of Pentacles, being able to showcase what they could do. Sorry guys, I know a lot of people want to come down. I would never do something for entertainment purposes. I just have to tell what I'm channeling and what's here. Again, by the time they got to this situation and the club and all of this, with the Ace of Swords and a Hermit energy, I am seeing someone who is on the outs of this. I see someone who's on the outs. It's like this whole shooting in the club was a reason to end things. But I'm seeing with this Hermit energy. Yeah, look at this, guys. There we go with the Hermit energy. Ace of Swords, Eight of Cups. She was on the outs of this already. She was on the outs of this already. Also, again, with that image of JLo with blurry eyes, again, guys, all messages are alleged until proven fact. Look at this person being offered a drink and them refusing because it's as if there was some incidents with them drinking that happened before. Like JLo, that's why this Delola or whatever that JLo's current drink is always has people confused, because she always says she's a teetotaler. But in that image that we saw of JLo, oh gosh, I hope that I figure out how to put the image up while I'm going through this. But it's as if her eyes were glazed over. She was on something. But it's as if I said, yes, she was in the VVIP. It appears that there were a few instances where she had been on a substance in the VVIP or something, and it's as if she wasn't comfortable with it, she wasn't happy with it. Someone was offering her, I wouldn't be surprised if her not drinking and her having a strong stance against drinking started after her time with Diddy. Someone could tell me that. I'm happy to be wrong on this, but that's what I'm getting from this. But we have the Hermit, someone wanting to move on and find their own way. And just like this Hermit is a very strong, I am cut, and Hermit and an Ace of Swords. These are very strong, cutting off and moving on energies. And like, yeah, even when she was going to the club with him, what I'm picking up heavily in her energy is that she was already on the outs. She just didn't know how to do it, how to maneuver herself. She was thinking about her career. All right, let's continue. In the club and after the shooting. Oh, sorry, card just fell, and this came through upside down. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is meant to be one of the best cards in the deck. This is something being compromised, or someone feeling like they're compromised. Like what you think should be love is really the opposite of that. It's not love. It's like she knew it. She knew it. She knew it. She knew it. Also, notice that someone's giving you something. This could be alcohol. This could be something else. Cups are emotions. They're playing mind games and they're offering you something, but you don't want to hold something. You don't want to take something. The arms are crossed. Remember, she came into the club with a gun. Let's see. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's see. I don't think she wanted anything. Like, look, Six of Swords. She didn't want anything to do with him after a period of time. She wanted nothing to do with him. Okay. Yeah. They're bringing me back to, this is, when you see this Three of Cups, this is hedonistic activity here. This came through sideways in JLo's energy. This came through sideways. You guys saw where it landed. It landed over the Three of Cups. No, Four of Cups, sorry. Like she didn't want, this is talking about the drinking and so on, so they're confirming that for me. She didn't want anything to do with this lifestyle anymore. This Three of Cups talks about her hedonistic lifestyle. You're drinking too much, you're overindulging in all the wrong things, group parties, you know, group activities. Like that's come through sideways. She didn't want anything to do with it. Sorry guys, I'm just reading the energy. They're clarifying that for me here. Like you don't know many times what these people who are stars have to go through, and many times when you see people overextending themselves, you know, like we're looking at JLo and she has a film, she has an album, she has a docu-series for her film, she has a tour, she has a movie, and you're just like, what the hell? But this is the reason why, because they understand the sacrifices they had to make and how they had to suppress who they would, play along to get along and bite their tongue, and it's like a lot of things they have to do to get to where they are. So that's why they overextend themselves, because look, from looking at these cards, they're just so grateful to be where they are. They take nothing for granted because of all these sacrifices. Like you literally have to sleep with the devil to get to where you are, so you might as well rinse it for what it's worth, is what I'm being told. Okay, in the club and the shooting, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you for this so far. What energy could you give us about in the club and the shooting and all of that? Hang on guys, just one moment. Could you give me specifically about in the club and the shooting? I am not picking up that she had anything to do with it, guys. I know Jaguar Wright is saying that she had gunshot residue on her hand and it could have been JLo who shot. I think that we have the Emperor again. Tommy Mottola this is the second Emperor card, different decks. Tommy Mottola has been heavily influential in her career. I think if you want to find out where a story is, it's her relationship with Tommy Mottola, I would say. And Tommy Mottola, like Clive Davis, is untouchable. That's why I don't see this thing with JLo getting anywhere. I don't see, we're seeing people coming down and so on. I think with JLo, as far as it may get, there's a lot of people in the press doing a lot of talking. I don't really see it getting anywhere further than that. I could be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong because people should really be held to account if she does need to be held to account. But with this High Priestess and this Emperor energy, I feel the real, and with the Two of Swords at the back of the deck, this is talking about something we're not seeing. The story isn't really about JLo. I mean, it is about JLo because of that shooting and so on that night. Also, sorry, just another thing that they're telling me. With this Ten of Wands and this High Priestess, there's a lot that JLo knows about what happened that night. Everything she knows about what happened that night that she should be unburdening. She knows a lot with this High Priestess about what happened that night. I'm not picking up that she was involved with it, but she knew what happened. What has helped her is that someone with this Emperor energy was looking out for her. They were looking out for her because they knew she was a cash cow. Like, I'm not calling JLo a cow, but the term that they use is cash cow. Like someone's star is on the up. She has a lot of potential. She's a triple threat. She could do movies. She could earn a lot. And they came in and they protected her. There is something like, this is not Diddy protecting her or anything like that. This is not Diddy. And I said this in my last reading. This is like a Tommy Mottola or a Clive Davis or above that sort of energy. This is like the sort of person who could pass on Whitney Houston, throw a party in the same hotel Whitney Houston throw a party in the same hotel, continue to throw Whitney's party, but your guest of honor, the person you're throwing the party for, dies in that hotel. You could still do that and not have any charges brought against you kind of power is this person. That is what we're not seeing. That's what the public isn't seeing. That's the real story here, is what they're saying, not JLo. I mean, give us some more to wrap this up. What time am I on? I may not have time to go into JLo and her future. I may have to go do another with that. But people may not be satisfied with what I'm saying. That's fine. I just want to be truthful and accurate when I'm providing these readings. But what they're, oh gosh, these cards keep on falling to the floor. But again, with JLo, she was about her career. It's like, the moral of the story is, it's about the sacrifice people make for their careers. You just don't know. Four of Wands. It's interesting this Four of Wands has come up reversed. Four of Wands talks about, in the context of this reading, we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands fell on the floor. It came through reverse. There is something with the Four of Wands reverse. Four of Wands is marriage and being able to make a marriage work. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, got it. Oh my goodness. This is a cautionary tale. Like I was talking about, what's the moral of all of this? What's our takeaway? What's the lesson? And here it is. It's like this focusing on your career and everything of the sacrifice you've put in for your career has cost you that one, and the karma from doing it has cost you that one thing that you hold dear, perhaps above everything else. And that is love. Loving someone and being loved by someone. That's come through reverse. Many times when we have stars out there, when JLo dances or when she sings or when she's acting, you know, she looks very strong, she looks very powerful, like she knows her craft. Many times when you sit and when you have to sacrifice for the devil, the way she's had to do, the way that we're seeing in this energy here, don't underestimate what that does to you, how that affects you on a subconscious level, right? But with the Seven of Wands, she's going to get through it. She's going to get through it. She's going to be able to, she's going to have to weather the storm and they're going to be throwing a lot at her. But I'm picking up that she's going to get through this. Final. Anything final, or do we end it here? I think I'm going to end it here. Yeah, poor thing. Like, yeah, there's a lot that's going to come out, but she's going to be very embarrassed about. But she's going to get through this. That's the, yeah, okay. You know, this is a card we got at the very beginning when I said something else that we don't know is going to come through. That's what she's really worried about. What's out in the press at the moment, but what's to come. And it is coming. There is more that's going to come out about this. That's the real thing. When I say she's going to get through it, I don't necessarily see someone being put in jail at this point per se, but this is something that could potentially ruin. They're not giving me about ruin career just yet, but it's heading in that direction. I can't tell from these energies, but it appears to be heading in that direction. It really depends on how good her PR people are, how good they are at, because I do see her appearing in front of a judge or in a court in front of someone, but I don't know whether that's going to be publicized. I don't know whether that's behind the scenes. That could be with the FBI or something like that, but I do see that happening because they are going to reopen that case with Diddy shooting someone. They are going to, I don't even know whether you could reopen cases, but there is some things. She may not necessarily be in a court per se, but she is in front of someone giving evidence, so they're asking her questions and she's divulging stuff. I do see that, and something is going to be leaked. Something that was previously hidden is going to come out, and that's what she's concerned about, not what's out already. There is something else that's due to come out, and it will come out, and like, it's how the public interprets what that additional thing is and how that settles with the public and how they're able to spin it. That is going to determine whether she has a career after or not. So we have to figure out what that thing that needs to come out is. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye for now.